tiny mistake. A collapsed cake. They sit side by side in your kitchen cabinet, two small white powders, nearly identical at first glance. They look innocent, even interchangeable, but choose the wrong one, just once, and your fluffy pancakes can turn dense, your muffins flat, and your celebratory cake disappointingly heavy. How can something so small, hardly more than a spoonful, carry so much power over the outcome of your day?
The answer isn't found in the heat of the oven, but in the quiet, invisible world of chemistry. And understanding the difference between these two powders is the secret to mastering the art of the rise.
At its core, baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, a single, pure chemical compound. It is a minimalist. Its strength lies in its simplicity and its role as a buffer capable of moderating pH levels. This is why you find it everywhere, from fire extinguishers to pharmaceuticals. In the kitchen, baking soda is context-dependent. It is a pure agent awaiting the right environment. It does not bring its own spark. It reacts only when it meets acidity already present in your batter, like buttermilk, lemon, or honey. Baking powder, by contrast, is not a single substance but a carefully engineered product. It is a self-contained leavening system. Inside that white powder is a balanced formula of baking soda, acidic salts, and a touch of starch. The starch isn't just filler. It acts as a silent guardian, absorbing moisture to prevent the acid and base from reacting too early in the tin. While baking soda relies on the acidity of your recipe to work, baking powder is composition dependent. Its effectiveness is built in, designed to deliver a consistent rise regardless of the other ingredients. They may share the same fine, snowy appearance in a measuring spoon, but they occupy different worlds of logic. One is a soloist waiting for the right accompaniment, the other is a full orchestra carrying its own music wherever it goes. What appears interchangeable at first glance is, at the molecular level, fundamentally different in design and function. Before the 19th century, baking was an exercise in extreme patience. It depended almost entirely on yeast, living organisms that required time, warmth, and a fair bit of luck to work. If the yeast was weak or the room was cold, the bread simply wouldn't rise. That changed forever in the mid-1800s. In 1846, baking soda began its commercial journey in the United States, eventually becoming the household staple we know as Arm & Hammer. But the real breakthrough for the home cook came shortly after, when chemist Eben Norton Horsford solved a fundamental problem: how to make the reaction self-contained. By combining both an acid and a base into one stable, ready-to-use powder, Horsford created the first practical baking powder. This innovation didn't just change recipes, it transformed the home. No more waiting hours for fermentation, no more uncertainty about whether a cake would collapse, just a predictable, reliable chemical reaction available on demand. Science had quietly entered the kitchen, and it never left. It turned the art of baking into a predictable craft, accessible to everyone. When carbon dioxide forms, it does not create lift by itself. A common misconception is that gas alone is the hero. In reality, bubbles can only help a cake rise if there is a framework strong enough to hold them. Inside your batter, there is an invisible architecture. Most often, it is built from gluten, the proteins in flour that stretch like tiny balloons when mixed with water. In more delicate cakes, this structure comes from eggs coagulating and starches thickening as the heat rises. Leavening agents, The soda and the powder do not build this structure. They simply provide the wind. It is the structure already present that determines whether that gas stays or disappears. If the framework is too weak, the bubbles merge and burst, leaving you with a flat mess. If it is too dense, the bubbles can't expand and the texture becomes heavy. This is why baking is a delicate negotiation. Sugar softens, fat creates tenderness by coating gluten, and eggs provide the stability to set the shape. What looks like a simple rise in the oven is actually a masterpiece of timing. Air expanding, structure strengthening, and heat holding them together at the exact moment they reach their peak. That quiet balance is what turns a liquid batter into something light, airy, and alive. Have you ever stood in your kitchen, recipe in hand, realizing you're out of baking powder and wondered, can I just use baking soda instead? They look the same, don't they?
It is a tempting thought, but before you make that swap, ask yourself, does my recipe have an anchor?
You see, if you replace powder with soda but forget to introduce an acid, like lemon or yogurt, the reaction simply won't happen. Have you ever wondered why some cakes spread thin across the pan instead of rising high? Or why the texture feels more like a brick than a cloud? That is the sound of a chemical failure. And what about that bitter metallic aftertaste you sometimes find in a muffin? Could it be that you tried to force the rise by adding an extra spoonful of soda? You must remember, leavening is not just about height, it is a question of balance. Can you taste the difference when the pH shifts? Can you see how the crust browns too quickly when there's too much alkaline left behind? Even the powder itself carries a debate. Do you care if your baking powder contains aluminium? While scientists say it's safe for timing the rise, more and more bakers are reaching for aluminum-free labels. Does the chemistry of your ingredients change how you feel about the food you serve? In the end, you aren't just following a recipe. You are respecting the invisible roles each powder plays. So the next time you're about to make a quick swap, ask yourself, are you prepared for the chemistry to change the story?
Take a moment to look at your hands. When you hold a pinch of baking soda, do you feel the fine, crystalline grit?
This isn't just a kitchen ingredient, it's a silent guardian of your home. Have you ever wondered why this single compound, sodium bicarbonate, has outlived almost every complicated chemical cleaner in your cabinet? It's because you are holding a master of balance. When you scrub a stain or freshen a room, you aren't just cleaning, you are conducting a molecular negotiation. You are using an alkaline force to neutralize the chaotic acids of daily life. Does it fascinate you that something so inexpensive can be so powerful, so stable, and so profoundly honest? Its strength lies in its refusal to be complicated. But then, look at the baking powder. If soda is a restless wanderer, powder is a devoted architect. It lives for one purpose, your success in the oven. Do you realize that every time you pull a perfect golden cake from the heat, you are witnessing a century-old promise of consistency? Before this powder was engineered, baking was a fragile gamble with yeast. Today, you have the freedom of the rise. You don't need to be a scientist to master the chemistry. You only need to trust the formula. Have you ever considered that this simple spoonful actually democratized the kitchen? It turned an intimidating art into a shared joy that you can master in an afternoon. This is the quiet beauty of your routine. Carefully engineered simplicity folded gently into your life. As you put those two jars back in their place, take a moment to look at them one last time. Have you ever considered that these two identical powders are actually a profound reminder? In the kitchen, as in life, small differences matter. Think about it. You hold two substances that look the same, yet behave in entirely different ways. One is a seeker of partnership, waiting for an acid to ignite. The other is a self-contained system, waiting only for the heat. When you choose between them, you aren't just following a recipe, you are making a decision about balance. Do you realize that your most visible results are often shaped by reactions you cannot see? Precision creates possibility. Balance creates structure. What you once saw as a routine task is, in truth, a carefully orchestrated symphony of science. So the next time you pause to understand the why behind your baking, notice how your perspective shifts. These are no longer just trivial tools in your cabinet. They are stories of chemistry, history, and human ingenuity resting in the palm of your hand. Stay curious, look closer, and remember, even the simplest things are waiting to tell you their secrets.
If this look at the science of your kitchen gave you a new perspective on the powders in your cabinet, consider subscribing to join us on our next journey.
And if there is a simple thing in your life, a tool, a craft, or a tradition that you've always wondered about, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to explore its hidden logic with you. Until next time, keep looking closer.
Thank you for watching. This is QC Project known as Simple Things, where we find the extraordinary stories woven into the world's most familiar details.